for joining us, David. Can you share with us the role that defined contribution plays in meeting Americans' retirement income needs?
Defined contribution plans have been around a long time, since 1904 in fact, and have provided excellent retirement benefits for generations. We see them today as 401k plans, but the system has been in constant evolution. What we see today is, I think, a future where the retirement income is going to be a combination of Social Security and a defined contribution plan provided by an employer. A few folks will have a defined benefit plan, a traditional pension plan, but except for government workers, that will probably be an exception.
Mm-hmm. So you believe the role of defined contribution in meeting retirement income needs is critical?
It is critical. It is going to be America's supplemental retirement program, if you will, with Social Security. If you look at folks who are saving for retirement, you'll see that they're going to be doing it in an employer-provided defined contribution plan like a 401k.
Mm-hmm. And do you think the plans are working?
I do think that they're working. A defined contribution plan success is based on time and arithmetic. And what we do know is that participants are staying the course. They continue to save and invest in a diversified way over time, even through the most difficult period, like the one we've just had. So what we'll have eventually is people with 30 and 40 years of defined contribution savings.
And what do you believe is making them work well, and what could make them work better as we go into the future?
What makes them work well, of course, is the fundamentals. It's saving every paycheck, it's being diversified, it's staying the course. It's just letting compounding work for you. Those are the things that make it work, and that's what we need to do to make sure the system is successful. What makes it work better would be we need to find strategies and new strategies that help people save adequate amounts, because it is a challenge for young people to save, and but it's still basically what you put in has a lot to do with what you put out. And then we definitely want to have the best reasonable risk-managed investment returns we can get for people, because clearly over a very long period of time, investment returns are very significant.
And what do you think has been one of the greatest advances in defined contribution over the last decade?
I think the change to more employer involvement in the decision making. When the defined contribution plan really started to grow in the 1980s and become a predominant system, it was a build it and you will come kind of system, an elaborate system with tremendous record keeping and great investments and education, but a lot of employees did not maximize the program. And so I think there's been an understanding that if we're going to bring more people to the finish line we want, what we need to do is the employers need to take more of a role. And that means they need to set up systems that get people to save enough and that get them invested in the right way.
Okay. And are we moving in the right direction?
All the data definitely shows that. You see all the statistics, more use of automatic enrollment, more use of escalation in the savings rates, even in non-automatic enrollment environments. You see employers offering turnkey investment solutions, both in automatic enrollment and non-automatic enrollment programs. So it's definitely moving in the right direction.
Okay. And what about target date strategies? Is that good for workers?
Target date strategies are excellent generic solutions. For many employees, they're looking to their employer to make the decision. The employer doesn't have a lot of personal information, but what they do know is they know the age of the employee. And so they can in effect sort of customize a strategy, but in a more generic way. So I think it's a way to enhance the return in the program on a risk-adjusted basis. So I think that and obviously the employers have adopted target date funds with enthusiasm. Other than the move to the internet, the move to target date funds is the second most predominant trend that I've seen over my years in the 401k. I mean, the number of companies adding target date funds in a very short period of time has been really amazing.
And what about the movement toward custom strategies? Does that make sense?
what we'll probably see there is as companies get comfortable with the concept, especially the larger companies, will of course want to use all of the techniques that are available to enhance their program. After all, what's a great way to deliver an employee benefit that doesn't cost the employer anything? You know, enhance your 401k plan returns. So they will clearly be looking to all of the opportunities that, you know, the mass of their assets provide them. And we're already seeing some of that the larger companies are looking to, you know, to customize their programs.
Josh, if you're talking to a plan sponsor about measuring their plan success, what would you suggest to them?
Well, historically, plans have used looked at plan characteristics like how much are my participants saving, how much are they putting away, what do their balances look like. Maybe they'll try to compare that to other plans, but that really doesn't tell you much of anything. It doesn't really tell you what the ultimate goal is, which is how well are participants meeting their retirement income adequacy goals, which is really the ultimate purpose of a DC plan. So we suggest trying to get measures of projecting how well your participants are projected to replace in their retirement years from their income perspective.
So retirement income adequacy, can you talk a little bit more about what retirement income adequacy is?
Well, so it's replacing a certain amount of your pre-retirement income in your retirement years. Let me give you a good example. With simple math, let's say someone's retiring with $100,000 and they need a $100,000 salary, and they need about 85% of that in retirement to maintain their standard of living. So they'll need $80,000 to $85,000 a year. Well, some of that, maybe half of that will come from Social Security, and the other half would need to come from other retirement programs like their defined benefit, or these days it's mostly participants need it from their defined contribution plan.